Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Daniel and this is the main event. And tonight we're doing WrestleMania IV, what the world is watching. Yeah, no, that probably was what the world was watching. We're going back to March 27, 1988. We're in Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino out at Atlantic City, New Jersey. And we're in front of 18,000 plus. And yeah, the main event. Of course, we got the special guest title presenter, Robin Leach. Special guest ring announcer, Bob Uecker. Special guest timekeeper, Vanna White. This is the World Title Tournament Finals for the World Title. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, with Andre the Giant in his corner, going up against Randy, Macho Man Savage, with Miss Elizabeth in his corner. You know what? Now, I went on this big rant at WrestleMania III when I did the man for that one. And I mentioned that I believe that WrestleMania III is, in all honesty, the most overrated WrestleMania out there. And I still stand by that. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy WrestleMania III. There are good matches there. I just don't think it should get the big, whatever it gets for what's essentially a two-card match or two-match card. However, WrestleMania IV to me is one of my least favorite WrestleManias. Like, there is just nothing that memorable about this pay-per-view. And, like, even what is memorable isn't really all that great. Like, to me, the only thing that stands out that I personally like from this pay-per-view is the Battle Royal at the very beginning. With, Bret Hart, Bad News Brown, and Bret Hart turning face and everything. That's it. Like, the tournament, very so-so. The rest of the matches were just kind of... we get to see Strikeforce break up, and the fact that, the seeds of Strikeforce, were planted here of them, eventually breaking up, which that still wouldn't happen for another year or so. Sorry, excuse me. But no, and then of course, everybody, the one thing I guess people do remember is, of course, the man I'm about to talk about, but you're about to see I got some fault with that too, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's get to the build-up. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole why the title was vacated. I did that during the Survivor Series review I did last week. So, but the title was vacant, and we got a 14-man tournament. DiBiase, he went through Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Don Morocco in the first two rounds, but then he received a bye into the finals. Whereas Macho Man had to go through Butch Reed, Greg Valentine, and One Man Gang going, into the finals. See, it's the formula they used in the Wrestling Classic, but just done right. That's all there is to it. All right, so we got everybody there. Let's get to the actual match. Before we get to let me just say right now, I love the Trump Plaza. They shot WrestleMania 4 and 5 there. And I just love the ceiling. Had like this kind of majestic look to it, like this blue and red and purples, and it's at an arch and there's lights and shit. And then I just love the entrance. It's like, it's coming out like the wall and just down the stairs. I like it. I've always been a fan. Of course, that walkway's, the entranceway is a little narrow, and I'll get to that here in a second too. Let's talk about the celebrity involvement. For 4 years running, we got celebrities involved in the main event. Robin Leach, host of the Lifestyles Rich and Famous. He was the presenter. He brought the title out. Didn't really present it to Macho Man at the end. He just, because Hogan swiped it up. But I just always assumed, like, he's a presenter. He would be like, it'd be his job back here. You are now the new world champion. But didn't do it. Just brought it out. Boy, was that title shiny as fuck. Like, I don't know what they did to that. They must have polished that thing up really good before it came out. But yeah, that thing was shiny as hell. However, as he's bringing the title out, dude, people are trying to knock it out of his fucking hand. Like, he's literally having to, like, dodge people to get down there. But yeah, that's that. We got Bob Uecker 2 years in a row as the special guest ring announcer, which I always like Uecker. Like I said, I don't know shit about his baseball career or anything like that. To me, I always known him from the WrestleManias and Major League. That was it, and that was enough. I was happy with him. But he had a whole little plot or subplot. He's trying to finally hook up with Vanna White and everything, which is pretty funny. And of course, he gets his wish because out comes Vanna White, who is the special guest timekeeper, which I thought was kind of funny too, because they even mentioned during the commentary there's no time limit in this match at all. Well, essentially meaning that, like, Liberace and Ricky Schroeder and Mary Hart had to not only watch for the referee's signal But also keep your eye on the clock. Like the whole time doing this number, like, oh shit, you know. She has it easy this year. She doesn't watch the referee. That's it. That's all she has to do is watch the referee. Be entertained by the match and watch the referee. That's it. Easy gig. Felt really bad for her though, because like literally for her and Miss Elizabeth both, because dude, like the crowd's trying to grope him and shit. Like she's coming down, Vanna White, and dude, like people are, and people, like someone grabs a hold of her, like because the security don't come into play until like midway through for some reason. So that first descent down into the audience, dude, fuck it. The audience is grab her. And at one point, like one person grabs her arm, she has to kind of like tug her way free. And then when you see Elizabeth come out, it's even more terrifying because she has a scared look on her face. Now, don't get me wrong, she always kind of had a scared look on her face because, you know, she's always worried, you know, her man's about to get beat up by, you know, the other guy or whatever. But here, I think she was just generally concerned about the fucking crowd. Like, seriously, they looked ready to pounce. Fucking Jersey. And then, of course, you know, the other thing to note is that Virgil was not at ringside with the $1 Million Man. He got his ass handed to him earlier tonight. However, he does have Andre by his side. And I just always assume because, you know, Andre sold the belt to him. Of course, you know, Jack Tunney said that shit's not legal and made it invalid, which I'm sure DiBiase turned around and said, well, that check's not going to clear until I get a world title. And so I just always assumed, like, you know, Andre was just like, shit, I need to get that payday. I need that big payday. Because he sold the world. Like, the one thing all wrestlers in the world want is the world title. Except for Andre. Andre's like, I'll take the money. I'll take the money over the title. So I just imagine it had to be a pretty good sum of money for him to be like, here's your title. And then to have that, you know, that check not clear, he's like, hey, wait, I need that title. I don't have the title yet. You need to help me win this, you know, main event. I has enough motivation. He was out there like, I'm not out here for the hatred anymore. Like, fuck Hogan, but I'm not even mad at Hogan or, you know, anybody else. I just want my money. That's all I'm out here for is my money. So yeah, we get to the match. We got Savage and DiBiase, and they didn't really play up on the fact. I mean, they do, like the commentators do, like the fact that like Savage has gone through 3 matches and DiBiase has only gone through 2. But watching the match, you wouldn't know. Like literally, it's pretty back and forth through the whole thing. Feel sorry for Savage because this is supposed to be his night, and dude, the crowd is chanting Hogan. It's bad, and you're just like, oh no. And it's funny because you can tell at this point, you know, WWF is probably trying to be like, you know, we need to pass it on. You know, Hogan's been running place for, you know, 3 years now. Let's go ahead and, you know, move it on. And the fans weren't ready yet. The fans were not ready yet. Even then, they didn't listen to the fans. Like, even then, the fans were just like, we want Hogan. They're like, no, we're going to tell someone else. Don't worry about it. You'll love it. But anyway, so, but, you know, the match goes back and forth. It's a decent match. Andre constantly interfering. To the point that, you know, literally Savage has to tell Elizabeth, hey, go back there and grab Hogan because I need some help. And sure enough, she goes back there and gets Hogan. Hogan comes out, gets himself a chair, and he's watching. Andre interferes once again, and Hogan goes over there and fucking clocks him one. And I think he gets maybe one more shot in there, Andre does. Or whatever the case may be, because the referee's tied up with him. Like, you know, Andre and the referee are, you know, they're chatting about something, and $1 Million Man has the $1 million dream on Savage, and dude, Hogan comes in with the chair and just bam, bashes him, and I'm like, wow. Like, don't get me wrong, Andre's a dick and whatever, and so is DiBiase, and they're bad guys, and you know, we're the good guys, but it's like, all they've been doing was like tripping, you know, maybe a couple of cheap shots, but nothing major. That's literally like, I don't know, like someone throwing rocks at you and you just pull out an Uzi and rip him in half. Like, seriously. He runs into a chair and just says, fuck you, and hits him with the chair, rolls out. Of course, Savage goes to the top, elbow drop, finish, new world champion, Macho Man Randy Savage. Then, of course, Hogan goes in there with the belt, gives it to him, and the 3 of them celebrate Savage's moment. So that was WrestleMania 4. Let's talk some Fallout. Shortly after this, Hogan would actually leave to go film No Holds Barred, the Academy Award-winning film that he was a part of. So while he was away, Savage was on his own, and he was, you know, defending the title. He had defenses against Moondar Man, Ted DiBiase, and then even One Man Gang. So it was kind of like he had 2 WrestleMania rematches there. But shortly after that, DiBiase and Andre would reunite, Megabucks, and they would, you know, their vow was to bring down Savage. And they told him, like, you know what, go get yourself a partner. Get any partner you want, go ahead. And of course, Savage goes and gets Hogan. and the Mega Powers is born. And then, of course, that sets up the main event for SummerSlam. However, the very first SummerSlam. But that's going to be a topic for another episode, so we'll get back to that some other time. So, overall, what did I think of this match? You know, the match alone, it's not bad. It's not great. Like, it's not like it's epic. It doesn't have an epic WrestleMania feel to it like it probably should. But it's alright. I mean, I'm sure the Savage fans, love it, and that's cool. I mean, I'm not trying to bash Savage fans. I like Savage, but to me, I just don't. I don't know. This match to me doesn't feel WrestleMania at all, like on any level. In fact, of all the matches we've had so far, WrestleMania-wise, this is definitely the ranked fourth. And I mean, partially, let's face it, Savage is, and he's in Hogan's shadow. It's like all there is to it. He is in Hogan's shadow. The fact that the crowd was chanting for Hogan early on. He didn't get much of a pop when he came out there. I mean, you get the sense that they were kind of cheering less for him and maybe more against DiBiase. But they wanted Hogan. And then, of course, Hogan comes out there, and you get the sense that, Savage wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Hogan. Like, kayfabe and all, like, let's just face it, Savage was beat. $1 Million Dream locked in the middle of the ring. Hogan not ran in there with the chair. Savage won. So basically, you're saying is like, literally, Savage couldn't even win the title on his own. He had to have Hogan help him. Now, I'm not discrediting the fact that, DiBiase was cheating, they had Andre out there and whatnot. Still yet, it's still tainted. Like, it's just like, Hogan won the title for him pretty much. The fact that Hogan's out there celebrating with him afterwards, too, just kind of adds to the whole thing. Like, and I'm not sure what all went down. I mean, you hear many stories and many speculations, and because, Hogan's got a bit of a backstage reputation or whatnot. But you get the sense that maybe, like, Hogan didn't want to, like, hand over the spotlight just yet. Because Savage's entire reign is pretty lackluster. Like, seriously. From the fact that, like, Hogan's out there celebrating with him, like, it's his moment. Give him the classic thing to be like, here you go, man, you earned it. You're welcome, and he gets out of the ring. No, he doesn't. He's out there holding on like, yep. The whole time, just like, he's like, it's his moment. It's his WrestleMania moment, and Hogan's out there like, nope, I'm out here. And look at, Savage, from WrestleMania IV to WrestleMania 5, in between there, Savage does not have one pay-per-view title defense. Not one. No. And every match that he's in, Hogan's involved one way or another. And literally, it's just like Hogan was just like, you're world champion. No, you're the face of the company. I mean, I'm there too. And let's face it, the entire time, I mean, I'm talking as a kid. This ain't just me being biased. This ain't just me, clearly saying like, what. This is me as a kid saying that even as a kid, it was like, no, Hogan's definitely the better of the two. That's not me being smarky. That's not, that is me literally just being like, no. As a kid, Hogan helped him out. Hogan got the title, and Hogan is holding his hand the entire year. And then Savage gets pissed at him, and guess what? Hogan takes the title back. Plain and simple, right there. That's exactly how it went down. And no, that's the thing. Like I'd done this theory with someone else, and they got mad because they're a Savage fan. And I don't just mean like, once again, I'm not trying to badmouth Savage fans. I'm a Savage fan, but they're the ones that are just like, well, he's an actual wrestler. Look at the stuff he did in the ring. Hogan couldn't do none of that. It's like, dude, it don't matter. Like, when I'm a kid, I didn't give a shit who was technically superior. Like, when you're a kid, guess what? It's, who's good, who's not that good. Hogan was the man. Hogan was the fucking man. I don't care if he doesn't dive off the top rope or have a 5-star match with Ricky Steamboat. Doesn't matter. Hogan definitely had, take any one of Hogan's 3-year run as a champion. Take any one of those 3 years and compare it to Savage's year. There you go. Rest my case. Boom. And that could be, the factors could be a number of things. I don't know. I mean, maybe, WWF or Vince just didn't have enough faith that Savage could carry the company. Maybe the fact that, I don't know. I just don't know what it could have been at all. But the fact remains, it was just a lackluster year for Savage. His first title run wasn't. Yeah, it was long as fuck, but of course, almost all title runs in the '80s were long. I mean, so it was a year. Yeah, a year with it. Didn't do much with it. Didn't push anything forward. Didn't do, So either way, yeah. So I don't know. Just this match kind of. Not necessarily the match, but the event itself leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It doesn't really feel quite WrestleMania to me, even though it has the look. Like I said, I love the stadium there. It had the celebrity involvement, but it just seems like I don't know, the guys in the end it just didn't have it. Wasn't Hogan Andre. I'll tell you that, it was not Hogan Andre by a long shot. It wasn't even Hogan Bundy. I'm just saying. The one thing I will say, I was just a little saddened that this is almost the last time, even though he would go on to main event a few more. This is the last time that Ted DiBiase has like a single shot as being a main eventer. Now, he's always been a draw. He's always been super over. He got heat from the crowd. He was always perfect at his job. Because I loved to hate him when I was a kid. I hated him. I was like, fuck this guy. Him and his money. I don't need his money. But, he was a damn good wrestler. I always felt it was a shame that he never won the title. Now, once again, depending on who you're talking to, it seems like the younger people do kind of feel more like, well, a title reign actually means something. And I'm not saying it does or doesn't, but you get the old school people who are like, well, no, title, was a tool to help wrestlers get over, and the ones who never had a title didn't need it. Look at your Roddy Pipers, your Razor Ramones, people like that who were super over, Jake the Snake, that truly just didn't need a title because once again, their legacy speaks for themselves. And I think DiBiase clearly falls into that category as well. Never had that, major. I don't know if he ever won the AWA or not. I know he was in Mid-South. He was, the head honcho down there. But I don't know if he was ever in the AWA. If he was in the AWA, I don't know if he ever won the title or not. But no, like I said, I always felt like he probably could have done more. In fact, I think a DiBiase win would have been better for him, not just for him, but for the company. Because because at that point you still could have got some mileage out of Hogan Andre. In fact, I know it's easy to say you can book it now when you get hindsight on your side, but instead of having Hogan just disappear for a little bit to film the movie, you could have had him get injured. You could have Andre and DiBiase fucking take him out, and then of course that summer have Savage chasing the title, and then of course Hogan come back from his injury after filming his Golden Globe award-winning movie, The Holds Barred. And you can have him, chase the title back. And of course, WrestleMania 5 could have had DiBiase and Hogan. And I think it would have been better. I really do. I don't know. But once again, it is what it is. So, guys, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the match. Drop the comment down below. And join me next week. We're heading back to the NWA for the Great American Bash. So, yeah. Got that going on. Guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, till next time.